Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a video that you've seen from me before, and that is a currently inked video. This time I don't have as many pens inked. I could actually fit all the pens inked on one page, but I still wanted to share with you because it has some pens that I don't think I've shown before or have not shown in a while. So let's just get to the writing and the showing of pens and switch a shot. Okay, here we are with a notebook and the pens, and it's actually only 7 pens this time. Normally I do these videos when I have a few more inked, but I thought I would show you anyway because this is a set of pens that is slightly, well, quite different from the last currently inked I did, which is always kind of fun. So the first 2 are in this Galen leather pen slot thing that should go into the journal right there. It's not in there right now, of course. I just keep it out here to put some random pens in that don't fit into this case. This is also a Galen leather case for 5 pens, and then you can also put a notebook in there. But let's start with these. So starting off with the Lamy Ion. I actually did a video about this recently. I think last week it went online, and it's been inked since I got it. It still bothers me that this just turns, but I can't really do anything about it. Nib, ooh, nib. Okay, let's do a writing sample. This is the Lamy Ion. I think it's a medium nib, medium. I'll zoom in a little bit for the writing sample. Medium nib, and the ink is Diamine November Green, which is kind of my favorite green sheeny ink. And it flows okay. It can get a little dry in this pen, but that is just because the ink is so saturated. So that is number 1. Nice racing green pen. This is the Leonardo Momento 0. Also did a video about this one. I re-inked it this morning. I just put the same ink back into it. I had Cross Violet in here. It was running out, and then I was like, I'm just gonna ink it again with the same ink because I love it. It's pretty great. I've actually been journaling with it today. This is the one with the rose gold hardware in blue Hawaii finish. All right, Leonardo Momento 0. This is an R and this is a Z. It is a 0, not a Rezo. Really great. This is the one with the steel nib. Also medium. In my video about this, I talk about how it has baby's bottom. That actually has cleared up quite a bit. I haven't really experienced much of it. And maybe there were still some like machining particles in it, or maybe the ink is just flowing very well. I don't know, but in the start it was definitely skipping on the downstroke, which is bothersome to me. Oh, you can see sometimes apparently still does it, but during writing it doesn't really bother me anymore, so I guess that's fine. Yeah, nice pen. Wish it was a little cheaper, but I mean it looks super lovely, so I can't really complain about it. I'll keep this inked for a long time, I think. Okay, that was pen number 2. Then I'm gonna go for another medium. Because I just want to show you the medium nibs that I have right now, and also because this is one of those mediums that, it's a Pelican medium. This is one of those mediums that, in my opinion, is more like a broad. This is the, I believe the white tortoise. I actually just inked this, I haven't really used it yet. I made sure it was writing. I still have the ink on my fingers. Yeah. So this is not the original nib that the pen came with. I had problems with that one, but I had a spare extra medium M400 nib that I just put on here. All right. This is a Pelican, still can't write, guys, M400. Well, I'm not going to write down the finish, but this is a medium nib. And if I just do this, I hope you can see, like, its side strokes aren't that much broader, but the downstrokes are like super broad. And I love it. It is one of the, I think it is the wettest nib I own. It's Oroshizuku Tsuji, which is the pink. Yeah, I love this nib. I was so sad that the one that I got with this pen was actually kind of a dud, that it really needs work. But the other M400 nib that's now on this pen is just my favorite thing ever. Yeah, that is my M400. Lovely finish too. Hope it focuses. It is a lovely, lovely finish. Very pretty. Okay, now I think we're going to a bunch of fine, extra fine nibs. Let's start with two. Oh, I have 3 fines. Let's go just with the fines, and then we'll end off with the extra fine. These are the 3 fines I have inked. This is a Pilot Custom 74. I have done a video about this, but it was with my older camera setup, and it's not the best quality. This is a Pilot fine nib, which means it is really fine, and I do like it, but sometimes it takes a little bit to get going. This is a Pilot Custom 74 with a fine nib. As you can see, there is a big difference right there. Big, big difference. This ink is Diamine. I believe it's Little Pip. It is the purple one of the littles. So you have Little Chris and Little Pip. It's very dark and it sheens insanely, 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 which of course means I love it. But yeah, it is a super fine nib. But it's nice. I love these Pilot nibs and the scroll work on them. It's hard to see, but it's super cool. And this is a plastic pen. It's very light and very comfortable to write with. Okay, let us move on to the next one. Next fine nib is the Platinum Curados. And this is a clicky pen, just like the Pilot Vanishing Point. And I know the Pilot Vanishing Point also collects ink, like behind the trapdoor situation. That's what I call it. What they call it is like where the nib disappears into. But because this is a clear pen, you can really see it, and it bothers me so much. I've been cleaning it out a lot. I don't think I can ever get that ink out of there, but we'll see. Anyway, nice pen, fine nib. There we go. Platinum. Oh, I haven't used this in a couple days, and apparently it does not agree with that. Okay, so let me try to get this going. So the ink in here is very, very saturated. So that means that if I leave this for a couple days and the trapdoor is not fully airtight, that it dries out like it did now. So I'm just gonna rub the nib on the paper and see if I can get it to like move. Otherwise I'm gonna have to forcefully feed through the ink. Feed through the ink, ink through the feed. I don't know what's wrong with me today, but my brain doesn't seem to be working at 100%. I'm scribbling at the bottom here. I think I got it going. Okay, now the nib is all like purpley. All right, let us try this again. Platinum Curados fine nib. Very similar in their nib sizes right here. It is a decently wet writer, but also, again, a very saturated ink. These inks are apparently quite similar. This is Lamy Ion. I'm not used to this ink actually being so crusty, but I feel like it's probably because the trapdoor doesn't close fully that this gets dried out a little more easily. Lovely golden sheen though. All right, that is the Curados. Very nice. Then my last fine nib pen I still have to do like an actual video on. This is my Lamy Studio Palladium. This is a 14K nib. I got this pen and then I sent it back because I did not like the nib. The nib was not great. The retailer worked on it for me. Now it's good. I love it. It's a super wet fine nib, but it took a while for me to like get it the way I like it. I didn't return it because it wasn't wet enough. I returned it because the nib was actually not a good writer. It was super scratchy. So can you see that's a 14K nib? I think it's very hard. But yeah, this is the Palladium Studio. And it's also a fine nib. Lamy Studio Fine Nib. And as you can see, that is quite a difference. I must say the ink in here is a wet ink. So the combination now with the nib that's been worked on and this ink is absolutely perfect. So this is Lamy Dark Lilac. And I want them to bring it back so badly because it's so good. I love this ink. I only have cartridges of this ink, and I've designated this pen as my Lamy Dark Lilac pen. That is just what it's gonna be. And yeah, this is just, it's so nice right now. It's my, like this one, this Studio, and then the Leonardo right now are my favorite journal pens. Yeah, they're great. Lovely pen. Video will come soon. All right, then we're going to the last pen. I don't remember if I showed you this in my last one. I think I did. This is an extra fine nib, so it takes forever to actually empty out. I do like using it because it's a nice fine nib. Twisby actually recently came out with a new fancy looking pen, the Draco. I ordered one. It is not here yet. If I have it, I will make a video about it. But I did buy one. This is the Twisby Aurora with an extra fine nib. And it's sort of similar to the Curados. This is Twisby Midnight Blue, I believe. Which is nice. It's a little sheeny. It's quite wet. It's nice in an extra fine nib because it flows well. This is not very cruddy, so it's not an ink that is too saturated. But yeah, I like it a lot. And the black nib is still super cool. I think when I get the Draco, I'll do like a comparison video with this one and the Draco. I know it's kind of weird maybe because they're so limited, but I think it is nice to see them. Even though you might not be able to get them, they're still cool. Anyways, that was a quite humble currently inked, I would say. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions about any of the pens in this video, please let me know. I'll try to get back to you quickly. Not always the fastest with replying to comments, but I do try to do it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.